What's up everyone, Willie Apple here, and today Apple has released iOS 16.1 Beta 2 to developers, and hopefully tomorrow they'll release it to public beta testers. In this video, I'll be showing you what is new in iOS 16.1 Beta 2. I installed it right here on my iPhone 13, and we got a lot of interesting stuff. I also installed it on my iPad mini right here, and it says Developer Beta 9 because it is the 9th beta of iOS 16, initial release on the iPad, but it is still marked as iOS 16.1. Unfortunately, I could not calculate the size of the update because my phone decided to start updating before I was able to get the notification about the update happening. But I'm gonna guess it's like around a gigabyte or two. Let's see what's new. If we were to take a look at the build number right here, it is 20B5050F. Now if we compare that to iOS 16.1 Beta 1 right here, you see it's 20B5045D. That indicates that we have at least 5 changes in the software, but we have a lot more. I'm guessing build number doesn't really mean anything at this point, since it could just be randomized if they want to add numbers there or something. I don't know at this point. It's 5 off if you just wanted to know that. And if you want to get notified as soon as an iOS update releases, I would recommend joining my Discord server. Link is in the description below. We could also take a look at how much this update takes. So if we go down, this update uses 9.21 gigabytes on my iPhone 13. For the next iOS release, I will be tracking how much storage it uses, comparing it to this one. Now there really isn't anything that much new here in settings, but we have a few interesting ones right here. So the first thing is we have a little bug fix, and I thought this was a feature, but it actually is a bug. So if I were to just copy something random, if I copy it Safari, open up Notes, and then we create a new note right here, and paste it. You used to get a pop-up that Notes is trying to paste from Safari. Would you allow this or would you not? I thought it was a security feature, but apparently it was not. I actually seen this since June, so I thought it was a feature, but I guess not. Apple did go out their way to say it was a bug inside of iOS 16, and if you're wondering when this will get fixed in the public version, it will be fixed next week. Now there's also been issues with the iPhone 14 Pro series camera. So if we were to go into the camera app, or actually a third-party camera app like Snapchat right here, there is a weird issue with the iPhone 14 Pro series where it would just move around kind of like that without your phone even moving. So hopefully that it gets fixed in this beta. Not 100% sure. I know some people have been saying that they don't think so, but we'll see about that. And that will also be fixed in 16.0.2. In shortcuts, we get a new action, so let me create a new shortcut real quickly. An added action. If we were to add an action right here, we can now get focus. We can now get the current focus mode to create some interesting shortcuts. So it's pretty cool that we got this, and we can make some shortcuts that work similar to the focus linking in iOS 16. So it's nice that we have that. If we were to go to our lock screen right here and plug in our phone with a charger, we now see it says 54% charge right here, whereas it did not before in iOS 16. Let me do it again. So just like the past days, if we were to plug our phone in, it would show that, but now it says 54% charge. So it's nice that Apple has re-added that back into iOS 16.1 Beta 2. So the first thing is, we got a new battery percentage indicator right here, and now lowers as you go. Personally, I don't like the design of this one, especially with that font. If I were to open up photos, you can see what it looks like before, and now closing it out, it looks like that. It looks a lot better than the one with photos, in my opinion. So maybe the font is what I'm not liking, since they changed the font there as well, but it could also be the background and how they're splitting it like that. Hopefully they change the font back up. I just don't like this battery percentage indicator. And if you're wondering, there is no way to revert it. If we go to battery, the battery percentage, this just disables it and enables it. In iOS 16.1 Beta 1, we had a very major issue with the Maps and the Compass app where GPS would be completely off. This has now been fixed. Or this compass would be completely off. It would say I was like going south when I'm going 66% northeast. It is nice that this has now been fixed and this is really something that you should not follow what I'm doing. I've been installing on my main devices. You really should not install betas, even public betas, on your main devices. Even if you do watch videos, last week, me and a couple of other YouTubers were not able to catch this issue until later on, so just to let you know, you should not install betas on your main device. Now in iOS 16 and 16.1 Beta 1, I've been having issues with music and this, where I'm connected to Bluetooth devices that are not AirPods. For example, this fitness one right here. I had issues connecting to this fitness one, or I had to like completely disconnect, go back into music, and connect it again and play the song. It was so weird, but I have not had that issue once. in iOS 16 in Beta 2, and it's nice that this fitness issue has been fixed. It could have been that device all along, I'm not 100% sure, but it's nice that we have that Bluetooth issue fixed. Now also in iOS 16.1, I've been having issues with cellular connectivity, so I have not yet had that. I'll let you know in the comments down below if I eventually do have issues with cell connectivity. So if there's no comments there, no pinned comment, then I have not had the issue. And if you're wondering what carrier I use AT&T currently. Planning on switching, because I'm not happy with them, but we'll just see how well cell connectivity is as well. Now we can also take a look at the release notes inside the feedback app by going to our inbox and then 16.1 Beta 2. We have a few resolved issues related to Home, 3 to be in fact. We still have these known issues right here related to Home as well. We also have a brand new known issue. This could be a serious major issue. This is saying that this uses up the memory or something. So I'm not sure what this language is saying, but it sounds pretty major to me, so I would hold off on updating to Beta 2. And this SK ad network thing has been fixed. Not sure what SK ad network was, but it's nice to see that Apple has been fixing things in iOS 16.1 Beta 2. Now let's take a look at a Geekbench test right here, and then start our benchmark. Alright, so I got a 1735 on the single core and a 4587 on the multi-core on iOS 16.1 Beta 2. Now if we go into here, we got a 1739 on the single core and a 4598 on the multi-core for iOS 16.1 Beta 1. And comparing that to the final release of iOS 16, single core is one lower, but multi-core is a little bit higher. I actually think we might get over 4645 eventually. Maybe not in iOS 16.1, but maybe in Beta 2. So if this does dip a lot, this might be an update to stay away from if you are on Beta 1. Now, should you update to iOS 16.1 Beta 2 on your main device? No, I would not, to be honest. Now, if you really want to, I did warn you earlier on why you should not. I would go ahead if you want to ignore that warning. I have not experienced many bugs so far, and battery life seems to be a lot better on Beta 2 than Beta 1. And performance feels about the same as version 16, which is on par with iOS 15.5 if you would like to know that. And I have not experienced major bugs so far like I did in the last version. And speaking of this major bug with the software update, it actually seemed like it was a server-side issue and not an on-device issue. So it was fixed on like Friday, but if you are still having this issue, I would connect your iPhone to a Mac and updating like that. That's all I have to say about iOS 16.1. Pretty solid release so far. Let's just hope that Apple fixes the Pro camera issue with third-party apps, since I actually am planning on getting a 14 Pro pretty soon. Thanks for watching, comment, like, and subscribe, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!